KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that caring for the community means caring about the climate. You might have heard that we announced a pretty bold 12-month, $2 million campaign to do 4 things. Increase climate literacy, turn up the volume on communities of color in the climate conversation, connect everyday people with the resources they need to survive and thrive, and highlight frontline climate justice crusaders of color throughout this year. KBLA Talk 1580 will be bringing you insightful interviews on all of our shows to help raise your climate IQ. Each quarter this year, we will also be hosting free climate events in various communities throughout the city with food, fun, and forward-thinking conversations. Thanks to partners like LADWP, Metro, Caltrans, the Sierra Club, the California Community Foundation, the California Endowment, AQMD, MWD, and more. You'll also be hearing more about a couple of national town halls broadcasting live from Los Angeles, to which you will be invited. And we'll be rolling out a robust social media campaign on all our platforms, as well as an outdoor media campaign, all designed to educate, enlighten, and empower you in our fight for climate justice.
We want cleaner air.
Caring about the community means caring about the climate. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that we really can change the world if we care enough. If we care enough. If we care enough. If we care enough. If we care enough.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
On narcissistic abuse in your life, and even if you are now toxic people free, you're probably still battling complex PTSD. That's why I've been recently trying to talk a lot about these things together, because narcissistic abuse is happening when you're in a relationship with somebody that's manipulative, right? And a lot of people put forth a lot of effort to break free of those toxic relationships, and they forget that the next phase is complex PTSD and healing that complex PTSD. For the next few videos, I'm really going to try to link together narcissistic abuse and complex PTSD, because I feel like people understand narcissistic abuse, right? There's so much information now about the narcissist, about their qualities, about their red flags, about their manipulation tactics, which is awesome. The eyes of people that have been fooled by them for a long time are finally being opened, which is wonderful. But what I'm seeing is that a lot of people start learning about the narcissist, and then they detox their life, right? They remove toxic people from their life, and then they start to try to move forward. And they don't realize that after narcissistic abuse comes complex PTSD and working.
After narcissistic abuse comes complex PTSD.
PTSD.
Right?
Yeah.
Complex
Period.
trauma, right?
Complex trauma.
Yeah. So why is it that people all automatically jump into a relationship after a rocky, emotionally challenging, tough, toxic relationship?
Because they're trying to use partners to heal and feel better.
So use is such a great word.
It is.
Can you drill down on the word? It's
because when I say use, anytime you're going for something outside of yourself, it's utilization. If it's not from within, it's utilization. Anything outside of you is a tool.
Somebody meme it. If it's not from inside of you, it is utilization.
It really is, though. Do we agree again?
Yes, we do. Is that codependency?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
And look at that.
The things that make you say, don't use me as a tool for healing. That's what that is.
Yikes.
It's you're utilizing me.
I just want to feel better.
I just want to feel better.
Or I deserve to feel better.
All of it. I deserve it.
Keep going.
I deserve it. And you're building an expectation of me that I didn't sign up for.
And if I ever failed,
which I'm going to, which I am absolutely going to, because I am fallible.
As a human being.
I'm definitely. So I'm going to do that. And then you're disappointed. You're hurt. You're re-triggered. You double down on all the things that you came to me with in the first place.
And this is why I say.
And now it's complex.
We don't know how to be in a relationship. In order to be in a relationship, you must learn how to be in a relationship with the humanity of yourself.
How tough is that?
It is tough, but that's part of why you came here as a human. God said, you know what? I'm going to make you a human. And this is what it means to be human. And
the life experience.
Yes, the life experience of humanity. We are all flawed. We are all subject to making mistakes. And you don't hold yourself nearly as accountable for all of the baggage you modeled than you do for my failure in delivering the expectation you have.
How painful must it be to embrace the fact that you are the issue in your relationship?
How about it? How about it? Well, the great Krishnamurti said, the enemy is you, not the other.
That's difficult to break down. Let's break that down into a bite-sized piece.
Let's do it.
And I think you can lean into that escapism. You're using relationships to escape from yourself.
Right.
That's exactly what we're talking about here.
If you really wanted to be in a relationship with somebody, you would work on divorcing your mama and your daddy's belief system.
Now, how difficult is that to do?
That's part of being an adult.
Yes, but
and being an adult is not easy.
But if we're going to talk about it and if we're going to normalize it, then we also have to validate how difficult that is. Complex, because you're talking about moving away from everything you've only known.
Right, moving away from your known.
Yes.
And going into the unknown, where you can find creativity to create a new known for you, authored by you.
Now, can you say that slow, Zoe, so we can catch up? Slow down so we can catch up.
I'm just saying, that's the purpose of relating. Relationship as a mirror.
Relationship as a mirror.
Right? You go into the relationship, whatever you modeled gets mirrored back to you through biofeedback or through the central nervous system.
Why do you say it like that?
No, because you want to get technical, huh? You want to get clinical, or you want to be spiritual? I want to be spiritual. That's what you go into the relationship for. You see the reflection and you say, oh, I modeled that from my daddy. Oh, I modeled that from the absence of my daddy. Oh, I modeled that from my mother.
Yes.
Oh, see, the mother wound, the father wound, you start to recognize, oh, this is all in me. And they're triggering it? No, they're reflecting it.
Reflecting it, which hence the reason why you're triggered. And I will go, we should highlight, usually we're the toxic thing, and I'm using the word toxic because that's kind of where we are tonight. But the unhealthy thing to do that most of us do is we run in the opposite direction of the thing that
will heal us.
Yes. Of the thing that will heal us.
That will absolutely heal us. Like I said, you repress and you suppress, right? Anything that hurts, anything that's from the past, anything negative, toxic that you model, you suppress, repress, right? So that means by default, you haven't even learned to accept the complete version of yourself. So most of you is a lie. Ooh.
Come in the building.
Most of you is a damn lie. How about that?
Oh, you want to double down.
Yeah, most of you is a damn lie. And you go into the relationship selling this lie. You a liar salesman.
Let me ask a question. Let me speak for the liar that you're referring to.
Talk to me.
Am I selling it to the person, or am I selling it for myself?
You're selling
because
it.
because the truth is very difficult to look in the face.
Well, let's look at a narcissist.
I think what most of us are doing, we're trying to become the face that we want, that we're selling. We want to become the face that we're selling. Am I right?
I agree to a certain extent.
Okay.
Because for most people, they are selling the lie, and if they can get the lie sold, they believe the lie. The lie becomes the truth.
And so you're trying to make the inner you match the face that you've sold.
Unless you're a narcissist.
Well, that's a whole nother topic.
Because the narcissist knows this is a damn lie.
And does everything to keep that sucker
you understand?
hidden and locked away. I did a whole show, Zoe, about the clinical criteria for narcissism versus the traits that we see in our everyday life. There are not very many clinical narcissists.
But many people have narcissistic
Traits.
tendencies. Yes.
Or tendencies. Most of us have some.
Absolutely. Come on, man. Have you been raised by a narcissistic mama?
I hope not.
Or a narcissistic father?
I hope not.
Or an emotionally unavailable father?
Well, on these attachment styles.
Or an emotionally unavailable mama?
Oh, man.
Come on. The purpose of relating is to untangle the attachment. Ooh, I know they don't want to hear it that way.
I know, but you can't begin to untangle if you don't know what's at the core, the root.
Let's take them to the root, Doc. That's why you here. Well, hey, we finna take you to the root when we come forward. Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, Oakland, California. We in the building. Let's talk.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do Black history every single day. In fact, as the only Black talk radio station west of the Mississippi, we are Black history. Our annual Black History Month luncheon is fast approaching, and we want to be sure to give you ample time to get your company, organization, church, or group to join us at this year's celebration on the last day of the month, Thursday, February 29th at noon. Last year, we honored iconic local Black media personalities, including Pat Harvey, Jim Hill, Mark Brown, Beverly White, Sandy Banks, and Pat Prescott, and raised $20,000 in scholarships. This year, we're honoring Black Hollywood creatives who have used their artistic genius as climate justice champions. At this year's luncheon, we will be showcasing and sharing their inspiring work on our big screen. Plus, a scrumptious meal, live music, great company, and lots of fun with your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts. So contact us today at info@smileyaudio.media.com or call 323-290-4690. That's info@smileyaudio.media.com or call 323-290-4690. We hope to see you Thursday, February 29th as we close out Black History Month. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your Black.
Do you have both Medi-Cal and Medicare?
If so, the new LA Care plan called Medicare Plus can help you get the most out of your health plan for $0.
LA Care provides personalized service to Angelinos like us.
Plus, it gives us access to doctors and specialists across Los Angeles County.
For zero cost, we get access to full benefits.
From vision coverage,
in-home support services,
to prescription drug coverage,
and a quarterly over-the-counter allowance.
Plus personal equipment,
meal programs,
a gym membership,
and so much more.
For more than 25 years,
LA Care has provided Angelinos with access to quality health care at an affordable cost.
For our families,
our seniors,
our community,
it's a plus.
It's a plus
for all of us.
around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Watch out! You got me!
The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's Joe and welcome back to Trauma Talk. I know that a lot of you out there right now are dealing with relationships, whether it be the idea of relationships being difficult, or really wanting to be in a relationship, or never wanting to be in a relationship, or being in one right now, and the struggles that can come along with that if you have gone through trauma, whether it be related to a relationship or not. And I wanted to take a few minutes today to talk about that and talk about my relationship with my now husband, Brian, and some of the challenges that have come along with that. And I think that there are a lot of things that I could recommend from the perspective of someone who is dealing with and has dealt with PTSD to someone who is a partner of someone with PTSD, like things to be careful with or trying to explain things. And I released a video a while ago, which I'll put a link to, that talks about how to help your partner if your partner is dealing with PTSD or has gone through trauma. But what I want to talk about today more than anything is just a little bit about my story with my husband and some things that I have learned being on this side of the fence. Quick story, we met at a jiu-jitsu tournament actually 6 years ago last month. And he was really funny and super handsome and made me laugh at a time when I didn't feel like I could laugh at anything. It was about a year after everything had happened. And we hit it off really quickly. He sent me a friend request on Facebook the next day. We started messaging and then texting. And long story short, he moved out to Colorado because he lived in New York a month and a half later. So we entered into a relationship really quickly, which was really scary to me at that time. But I felt like I couldn't help myself, A, because I felt like I didn't have any control over myself or relational control, but B, also because we were just very magnetic towards each other. But there were a lot of issues that came up in our relationship pretty quickly because of everything that I had gone through and all the stuff that I was carrying. And also, you know, he had his own stuff. But I found that the hardest thing for me to work through was A, accepting that someone was actually going to want to be there.
Lord have mercy. Listen, don't you recognize? I need y'all to realize one thing. You got to do the work, no matter who you choose. The work is never going to stop, and it must be done. Because spiritual work accrues in intensity. Meaning, the longer you suppress, repress, ignore, and run from it, it accrues in intensity. And God is funny, boy. God is funnier than Richard Pryor, Jamie Foxx, Martin Lawrence, all roll into one. God will say, okay, here's the situation. I'm going to put you with something that looks and feels exactly like what you want. And then I'm a jack in the box on you in 8 months.
Yikes.
I'm going to hop out the box in 8 months with the lesson you've been trying to run from. But I'm going to give you 8 months of attachment and cuddling and Netflix and dating and chilling. Back to Krishnamurti. Relationship is a mirror. Psychology is catching up with ancient spirituality.
Yeah.
So the ancient spiritualists always say, oh, that's a mirror. You're going to get your mirror reflection. What are you mirroring? The shadow. That's what you're mirroring. The unconscious is coming to the surface for management. You think you can live 35, 40 years and not manage any of it and skip past the rites of passage into spiritual maturity, which is the school of relationship? You think you can skip past it? I don't think so. Okay, here we go. We got callers on the line. Let's get them going. Truemonger, Dallas, Texas. Get in here.
I heard payback's a breath on the trigger. That's why I'm sick of getting treated like another damn stepchild. Kill a punk cause I ain't him. You gotta deal with the 9 double limb. The day is coming that you all hate. Just think.
Truemonger has his own.
Oh, intro. This is his theme music.
That's his theme music.
Okay, I love it. Enlighten me,
Hey,
Truemonger.
Hey, Doc, how are you?
I'm good.
Truemonger, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my friend?
Oh, boy. First of all, the post-traumatic relationship syndrome, it applies to all relationships, no matter what type. We all suffer from it, whether we admit it or not. But at the same time, it's going to be a time where it's going to hit you, and you're going to have to deal with it for a while. But once you realize that, you're going to have to start the process of healing and moving forward, because life is going to keep lifing. Life is going to continue to throw stuff at you, and it's not going to take a time out for you. So you still got to put in the work, but you got to be able to carry yourself forward. You can't stay stuck in that situation. You learn what you learn from it and use it to get better and move forward.
Ideally.
I love it, True.
Yeah, ideally.
Ideally, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True, guess what
We
you
know
just
it's not always
did?
the case.
Unless you got something else, could keep going.
Yeah, we know it's not always the case because we're all human. We're all going to process things differently. But the first thing you got to do is be honest about what it is. And then you can start that process. Can't skip steps. Can't skip steps in anything because it's just going to set you back even further.
Yeah.
So you got to be honest, put in the work, and don't try to find someone else to put it off on. Don't try to find a distraction or to lay all your problems on another person because they're going through stuff too.
Truemonger, guess what you just did, my friend?
Dallas in the building.
Dallas, Texas is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, like Truemonger said, all you got to do is hit the digits, 1-800-920-1580.
You know what? Before you take another caller, all you got to do is be honest with yourself, he said. I think most of us desire to be honest. I think we want to be. If we could, I don't think being honest is as easy as just saying be.
I was about to say, I think most of us want people to be honest with us. We want the freedom and the option to continue to lie to ourselves.
Okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm putting myself in. I'm thinking of this from a very subjective standpoint, using myself as the example here. I desire to be intimately familiar with my true and authentic self. And I am doing work all the time to make that happen. But in this process, I'm learning just how much I don't know. So there's discovery that I'm chancing on all the time. As I journey down the pathway to the core center authentic me, I am discovering me as I go.
Don't you know that is worse than all of the Exorcist movies combined into one?
Oh, I know where you're getting ready to go.
It is scary for people to do that,
yes.
Right? And so this back to Krishnamurti. People who listen to this show know I love Krishnamurti. He's my favorite philosopher. Mm-hmm. Krishnamurti says, one is never afraid of the unknown. One is afraid of the known coming to an end. So if what you know is toxic, if what you know is dismissive, if what you know is avoidant, you don't want that to come to an end. You have spent a whole life building rationalizations, intellectualizations, and ideologies.
Being familiar.
To be able to navigate and maneuver and really manipulate other people to give you what you want, what you modeled. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. But there are so let me hit the reverse and go back a couple miles. There are many of us that are already in a place of acceptance and willing to dare to discover.
Come on.
And if I guess I just want to say this to the listening audience. If you do dare to discover, you will find that the thing you fear is not that scary.
How about it? It's an illusion.
It's literally an illusion.
And you might be back in a situation like Maya.
I was going to say it's a Maya. You said her name means illusion.
I give Maya all the credit in the world for having the courage to go back to something that she knows has a spiritual tie to it, as opposed to I'm escaping the work.
Is it courage?
Hold tight when we come
courage,
forward.
Maya.
Maya, come back in. Oh,
Is
Lord.
it courage, Maya?
When we come forward, more from the VOR.
This can be an undercover romance, 'cause I feel that I'm the type of girl you should give a chance. Taste and see how good it can be, 'cause you don't have to worry, baby. What your girl don't know won't hurt her. Anything to make this love go further. You're the one for me when
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Kansas City Mayor Quentin Lucas, who is black, is recommending there be no school Wednesday so that everyone can attend the city's Super Bowl victory parade. The Kansas City Chiefs won their third Super Bowl title in 5 years over the weekend. They are the first team to win back-to-back NFL championships in almost 20 years. When the Chiefs won last year, close to 1 million people flooded downtown streets for a victory parade and rally. Farmington Public School parents in Michigan are voicing frustrations after an alleged incident involving a teacher using a racial slur was reported. East Middle School principal Drew LaCroix sent a letter to families at the end of January saying a teacher used an anti-black slur repeatedly while explaining to students the language was not appropriate. The Farmington African American Parent Network spoke at a school board meeting this month, with many parents expressing frustration, disappointment, and anger over the issue. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Can't wait weeks for your tax refund?
Then don't. At Jackson Hewitt, get money today if you're approved for a no-fee refund advance loan on a prepaid card. Book today at jacksonhewitt.com. No-fee refund advance offered to eligible clients. Application required. Loans by Republic Bank. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Climate is king.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that caring for the community means caring about the climate. You might have heard that we announced a pretty bold 12-month, $2 million campaign to do 4 things. Increase climate literacy, turn up the volume on communities of color in the climate conversation, connect everyday people with the resources they need to survive and thrive, and highlight frontline climate justice crusaders of color throughout this year. KBLA Talk 1580 will be bringing you insightful interviews on all of our shows to help raise your climate IQ. Each quarter this year, we will also be hosting free climate events in various communities throughout the city with food, fun, and forward-thinking conversations. Thanks to partners like LADWP, Metro, Caltrans, the Sierra Club, the California Community Foundation, the California Endowment, AQMD, MWD, and more. You'll also be hearing more about a couple of national town halls broadcasting live from Los Angeles, to which you will be invited. And we'll be rolling out a robust social media campaign on all our platforms, as well as an outdoor media campaign, all designed to educate, enlighten, and empower you in our fight for climate justice.
We want cleaner air.
Caring about the community means caring about the climate. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that we really can change the world if we care enough. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Now you can get a Walmart Plus membership, plus not pay for it, because it's included with Straight Talk wireless plans. You get free delivery with Walmart Plus a Paramount Plus subscription included. Plus, you pay less for gas. That's a lot of pluses.
Only Straight Talk gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus included on select plans for free.
Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Requires service on Gold or Platinum Unlimited. One offer per eligible account. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the AmeriCAN Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the AmeriCAN program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The AmeriCAN Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriCANCommunity.partners. That's AmeriCANCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
So I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected, neglected my effort, a pair with no trust, dirty games and affairs that been tearing us up. If things ain't picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need to know for certain. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up, 'cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up, 'cause I need to hear the doctor's voice,
Have you ever wondered why narcissists can juggle multiple affairs? Like, how do they actually keep the lies straight? You're like, I can't even keep one lie straight. How in the world is he keeping so many lies, so many different conversations, so many things that are happening all at once? You might struggle to understand how someone can actually be so dishonest and why they don't even care about being that manipulative in relationships. Maybe you're curious around like what's actually going on behind narcissism and cheating behavior, because it seems to always match up, right? You normally always see a narcissist cheating. I normally say narcissists always cheat because I believe that's true. However, in whatever level, whatever type, I still believe all narcissists cheat. Like it or not, that's my belief. If you guys are new here, one of the reasons why I believe that is because my name's Ben Taylor and I'm a self-aware narcissist. And I'm a person who cheated on my wife multiple times. Multiple times where I didn't care. I didn't show that affection, a love, attention, respect, loyalty, anything like that. And instead, I went running to other people, justifying it in my mind, making me feel better in the moment, thinking this is it. When in reality, I was just a coward running away from my own issues, my own problems, and not willing to confront me, and instead would run to us everybody else. So in this video, we're going to talk through and we're going to explore some of how...
Man, a self-aware narcissist. But you know what's interesting?
Woo!
Say you're with someone who has narcissistic tendencies or traits, and you cheat on them.
I'll wait.
When you start doing this research, and I'm sure you've done it, when you hurt a narcissist, it's hell to pay.
Yeah.
When you hurt a narcissist, it's like, oh, so that's what we doing?
Yeah.
That's when the trigger is like, oh, okay.
You're really confirming the insecurity that already exists inside.
Talk to me.
With a narcissist. That's what's happening there.
Now, what is that relationship going to look like moving forward?
What do you mean?
Now that the narcissist has been awakened, because sometimes narcissists try
to not be a narcissist?
To mask whatever it is that they are, to make things cool, to act like they're engaged. Sometimes they can act real normal.
Well, that's part of the narcissism. That's manipulation, which is one of the criteria for being a narcissist.
The whole love bombing phase.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
It's all part of it. That you're going to get that, period, and point blank.
And then when you do something to them, when you poke that narcissistic wound.
Yeah, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. And it'll just be amped up. So everything that's already there is just amped up.
Already
so
coming.
if you think because when you're gaslit, you start to think you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I'm losing my mind. You think you're losing your mind? Mm-hmm. Oh, try a narcissist.
Come on. We got callers. Let's get them in here. Attila from Houston, Texas. Get in here.
Texas in the building.
What's going on, Uncle Zoe, Dr. Sunshine? Hey, y'all.
Now, I don't know why Sean hung up, because he must think that I wasn't going to get to him. Sean, you know how these phone lines are. Get back in here, Sean. Go ahead, Attila.
Yes.
What are your
Yes.
thoughts on
Okay,
tonight's topic? You said in the chat room that you was going to go off. Let's see what you got for us.
Yes. Okay, so I kind of wanted to speak to the last lady that called. So in regards to the whole going back and forth with your partner and all of that, whether or not it's brave and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I feel like it's a matter of convenience and cowardice. Let me tell you why. Because by staying there, there's a chance that you are getting in the way of your partner's healing and you need to move. If you want to keep him, be willing to lose him. Period. So when we're talking about, let me make sure I get the acronym right, child. Hold on. When we're talking about PTRS, I wanted to kind of make a list of 4 things I think that happens to you after the fact, right? The first one being that it dismantles your discernment, or it produces a hypervigilance. Second thing, you have a perpetual naivete or paranoia. Third, it's creating a distorted view of love or a fear of love. And lastly, it's going to create a false hope, because your make-believe is better than your reality. And so with the discernment piece, I think the reason why that's so key in regards to dealing with relationships like this is that you don't really know what's going on. You don't know up from down. And so essentially you can't really quantify or try to understand where your partner's coming from or where you're coming from, because you don't really have that intuition. Your intuition is not present because you're disconnected from yourself. And I think that's very dangerous. And that's why I say I don't think it's a matter of bravery. It's more so a matter of comfortability and cowardice.
Yeah, I was going to say familiar. But cowardice, that's a big word.
That's a big word.
That's a big one.
But I do believe that I do believe that there are some twin souls out there, and I do believe that. I do believe you meet someone that you've traveled across oceans of time for. I do believe that. Because spirituality is non-linear, and I believe that Sister Maya has a spiritual connection with her dude. Now, that don't mean get back with him for the 5th time if he ain't did no work.
Well, what about for the 3rd time? Because that's where they are.
Or for the 2nd time.
Or for, but there's the key. There's the piece in there that wasn't being considered, and that is the child together, along with everything that is familiar.
You're gonna have to walk that walk if you got children.
So to your point, perhaps going back 2-3 times is an attempt to walk that walk because I have children or a child.
But you can transform a relationship with a co-parent into a platonic relationship that's based on parenting.
I have seen it.
You can do
but
it.
It is not the norm.
It's not easy.
That's why it's not the norm.
That's right. It's not easy.
It's not easy. Why, though?
Because, girl, we done,
She's laughing. Attila's laughing.
Our little girl need a brother. Come on. You know what it is.
Okay, but let's keep it real, though. Isn't that creating an inconsistency in that child's life? If you're constantly going back and forth and she's not really seeing stability, wouldn't you rather have stability within co-parenting versus inconsistency with a dysfunctional relationship?
They can both,
even to a point, separate.
They can both be bad. The inconsistency in the way that we're seeing it or we're hearing about it, the way that Maya's describing it, can be equal or if not worse than co-parenting in a toxic way. We're saying it's difficult to co-parent in a healthy way, and it's difficult to do. It's ideal, but it's difficult to do because there's typically not enough self-work and there's still the feelings attached.
Right, and that's what I did with my 2 oldest children, me and their mother.
You did what?
We were platonic.
Genuinely?
Genuinely.
That's the thing that you don't hear about very often.
Right.
Because usually, in order to have a genuine platonic relationship and co-parent from that center point,
That's where we were.
both people have to be okay and mutual about that separation.
Absolutely.
But
And
typically, both people are not in real life.
My son was 6, and my daughter was 3. And we decided we're parents. We're not intimate partners anymore. And from that sit down, it was a tough conversation.
When you frame it that way,
yeah.
We're parents now.
Yes.
If you
Full
frame
time.
it that way,
Yeah.
then that's a good launching pad to remove to step away from the feelings. But I don't see that happening.
And those 2 kids are college grads. One is a professional basketball player. The other one's an actress. So we did the damn thing.
See that? I wonder if Maya was ever able to try that.
We gonna see in a minute. Let's get Atala. Atala, let me say this. Thank you so much for the call. You
were
slapped
deep.
us. You slapped us tonight. I appreciate it. You brought who in the building? Houston, Texas is in the building. If you want to bring your city, you know the deal. When I come forward, Nikki from the SIP, and then we talking to Maya from Los Angeles.
She's back.
She's back. Let's do it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
City of Los Angeles landlords that own rent-controlled properties, you are now able to increase rents by 4% for your rent-controlled properties. An extra 1% per utility up to 6% can be added only if you pay the entire gas and electric bill. And don't forget to give your tenant an advance 30-day written notice for rent increases of less than 10%. It is state law. Learn more about the rent increase at housing.lacity.org. That's housing.lacity.org.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
If we're the ones disproportionately impacted by these climate catastrophes, why should we be silent? Turning up the volume all year long on the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no 2 people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR and his playlist back in the building. This 2 hours went by quick. That's what happens when you're having fun, man. This was a great topic. I got 2 callers remaining, but I'm just going to say this really quick. Please keep your comments short because we're up against the clock, and some of my favorite folk are on the line, although every caller is my favorite. I can't believe my guy, Sean, called and then hung up. I can't believe it. Maybe he was busy, but it's all right. All right. Nikki from the SIP, get in here.
I stood on the banks of Jordan
one day. Nikki from the SIP, come on in here. Give us a little food for thought.
And the jam.
How are
and
you?
What's up, Doug? I'll go quick.
Mm-hmm.
Food for thought. I don't think it's post-traumatic. I think it's present traumatic.
Nice.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're because we didn't get, most people didn't have what they needed as they matriculated through from birth to present, seek outside of them in the other being that they want to be intimately involved with to calm, appease, or put a salve on the thing that they didn't get matriculating from birth. And so we use the senses, usually aesthetically pleasing people, because it's easy there, that we psychologically think will appease or soothe that place or places that we didn't get from birth. And because we didn't stop to do the inner work most of the time, then it isn't past. It's only past because we can look back at it, but it's actually still occurring, and I think we're missing that component.
Nikki from the SIP, guess what you just did?
I brought the SIP in. I love you.
We love you, Nikki. We love you, Nikki from the SIP. Let's get back to Maya. Maya from Los Angeles, what are your final thoughts on tonight's topic?
Well, I just called back because I heard I should call back in. That's what I heard.
You heard the truth.
Something else.
Yeah.
It needed to be said to me, and I heard brave, I heard courageous, and I heard cowardice.
I don't think you're a coward. I don't. I think you're brave.
Yeah.
I think you're courageous. I just think you're a little reckless.
Oh.
Okay, I'll accept it.
No, and the only reason why I say reckless is because in your enlightened space, in the work that you've done, you can ascertain, relatively quick, right, if he's done the work. And if you recognize he hasn't done the work,
then that's what you mean by reckless.
That's what I mean by reckless. Like you kind of know, like, oh, you're not doing the work, but I like the connection.
I think it's familiar. I think it's going back to what is familiar. And I hear you, Zoe. And going back to what is familiar is reckless if you end up in the same place
That's reckless.
that you left because of.
Yes. Going back to a familiar place that has evolved and changed. And yet there's this familiarity, but there's also this newness. There's also this freshness. So that's when you go back. But if you go back to the same old, that's Einstein. His definition of insanity. Right?
Is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's something.
I got you.
There is something, Maya, in all honesty, there is something at the root of what you're looking for. And I think the real work for you is in discovering what is at the core of your search. There's a missing piece that you're looking to find, and this familiar space.
But Doc, wouldn't you say every piece that you're looking for is located
inside
within
of you? It is. It is true. And I think the big mistake that we make as people is in holding our partners responsible for the work that we need to do. We have to be responsible for our own independent missing pieces, trauma, hurt, incomplete sentences, punctuations, whatever you want to put there. We have to be responsible ourselves.
I'm not willing to be your intimate pillow. You don't get to lay on me.
Why?
No.
Why?
Listen,
Why can't I not?
Because you want to be comfortable in an uncomfortable moment that God put you in. See, God puts you in uncomfortable moments because usually whenever you're uncomfortable, something's being revealed.
Okay.
Do you see?
I do. But let me ask you this, Maya. And this can be complicated. I know we don't have a lot of time. Do you love him? Not like, I love my fellow human being.
Right. Are you in love with the man?
Are you in love with the man?
At this point, I would have to say no.
And how does that happen when you reach love, like real love? Like how does, I used to, but it wore off. Love is not like food coloring or like, you understand what I'm saying? Stop.
Listen, this topic, Zoe and I came to blows over this very
what
topic.
In the hell? Well, I used to, but now. So if you could say that, then you never loved him.
Ooh. Okay, how old is the child or children?
She's 19.
So there's some time there, though.
Okay, yeah, time. Yeah.
Now, I'm only saying I'm back to familiar. I'm back to familiar.
Love is subject to erosion. Time. Yeah.
Is that real? Is that unconditional love? Is that real love?
That's
is
what
that
I'm saying.
authentic? Is that the like?
Love is synonymous with God, right?
Ooh, Maya.
And if it's synonymous with God, God don't erode. So how does your love? Anyway, we started the conversation. You finish it. Up next, our girl, your girl, Jill Monroe, RSVP with Jill Monroe. We were on fire tonight.
Woo-hoo!
I'll see you tomorrow with another slapper. Deuces.
You know I'm coming over, right? Hey, baby, tell me what you want to do. But you got a eye for me already, baby. Okay. Be in there about, give me 10 minutes. Be ready. Hey, with that little thing I like. Hey, baby, tell me what you want to do.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets.